So let's start, and we have to be pretty fast because this will be kinda difficult. Let's delete this, Shift A, Mesh, UV Sphere, put it here, Control tap down to go to Sculpt mode, turn on our symmetry, just let's see all of our brushes, I like to do that, and go N, View, 85, Enter, and disable the floor, or yeah, floor. Okay, and now we can continue. Press N to get rid of this, and we can start. Of course, it's good to have our concept with made by Patry Balanovsky again, like my previous video. So it's good, and we'll continue, or start at least. Yeah, in the beginning I will just move with the move brush and just try to achieve some kind of a baby face look a little bit, and hopefully it will be perfect. So now moving, move brush, this is the grab brush in Blender, by the way. I'm just still Control R, still a little bit on ZBrush. So masking here, inverted the mask with A. A, by the way, is your masking tools. Just press A and you will see them. All the masking stuff in the pie menu, which is pretty great, of course. A again and clear the mask. Yeah, you see, I'm pretty fast. This is, of course, not exactly a tutorial for beginners or something, but I want to show you that for half an hour, you can do a basic character head with textures and even a little bit of render with UVs, texture, and a little bit of render. Of course, for the topology, we will use the automatic topology, which is our quad remesh, because you know it's completely impossible to remesh this by hand in half an hour. I mean, probably it's not completely impossible, but with all the things we have to do, it's a little bit like off the charts. Shift R, dial down this, Control R, and smooth manually. There is a way to smooth not manually, and people are mentioning it sometimes on my comments, but I don't completely use it. But whatever. So these days I'm continuing to do my course of ZBrush, of Blender. Of course, the mouse, maybe I will show you if we have time, but probably we will not have time. So we'll see. Because we have a lot of stuff to do on this character. We have hair, we have just the head. We do just the head. We will not be able to do anything else but the head, because, you know, not much time. Now, for 5 or less minutes now, I think we are kind of on the right path. Let's make the mouth and see where we are. Looking not half bad. I mean, it's kind of good looking. It's okay. I will press P to smash this a little bit. Then the ears, I wanna just increase the size of them, and we should be okay. Maybe inflate them a bit. Yes, and make their inner side like this. And yes, we are fine. X for our draw brush, just a normal draw brush, nothing special. Here I want to have more of a forehead, since the babies have this kind of forehead, and most of the cartoon characters would have it, so it's fine. G to move around, and it's pretty specific. I mean, it looks easy to make this head, but it's not that easy. And if you try, of course, this is half an hour, you can try it yourself. You will be able probably to to see that it's not easy. And the other thing is that my advice for people who are trying to learn Blender is to use Blender every day. Even if you have only half an hour, you just open Blender. It opens pretty quick. So you can open Blender, work a little bit for half an hour, for 15 minutes even, no problem. Just get used to working in Blender, and this will help you kind of get to know the program better. So let's go to our quad remesh, turn on symmetry, remesh it, see what's happening. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. Let me Control Z, I don't like it. I don't completely like it, so Control Z a couple of times. It doesn't work, so I will go and delete this and show my original, because Blender is kind of in this quad remesher is Shift R is not working because we are not in sculpting mode. Control Tab is not working because we have nothing selected. Sometimes just it's difficult. But quad remesher is copying our mesh and then it's remeshing the copy, so it's fine. We always have our original mesh there. So what I was saying, my advice is for everybody to use Blender like a lot. Every day at least. Not for much, but every day. Just try to use it every day. And at some point you will see how you start to get used to the interface. You start to kind of feel at home. And that's very important for every software. When you start feeling at home at this software, you are starting to get it, and you will be more comfortable to do whatever. I mean everything. Characters, hard surface, whatever, no problem. Everything will be not an issue for you. Hopefully. Now here, okay, this. Now let's again remesh it. Come on, remesh it faster because, okay, it's fast enough, I mean, yeah. So we'll continue. Here we will add a modifier, which will be multi-resolution, of course, subdivided twice, and continue working on it. I always subdivide it twice. I don't know why, but in the beginning, subdividing twice is okay. Yeah, let's smile it a little bit more. It's not super smiley though, but whatever. So the head itself, the shape and the smile and all these things are the most important things. And then of course, if we have time, and probably we will have, we will make eyes and everything. So now the shape of the head and overall is okay. Now we need to continue working on our, let's make, by the way, the eyes first. So we'll go to object mode with Control Tab, we Shift A, mesh, UV sphere, press Tab, and then press S to scale it, G to move it, S to scale it again, add modifier mirror, G to move it, and S to scale it, and they should be pretty big, the eyes, but not super big. So yeah, something like this will do. Then we will go back to object mode and shade smooth because we want them to be smooth. Then we'll go here to our model, put 2 subdivisions on the view, then we go to sculpt and we adjust the eyes with the eyeballs. And I think this could do. Basically, it's fine. Let's move this a little bit and it's all right. I can sharpen this with my draw sharp brush so it looks more professional, and smooth it a little bit, and it's, I think we are fine. Now let's continue by making a mask. No, this will not do. Let's press Tab, select a row of polygons, or not polygons, just vertices, and let me just show this, and vertices. Let's select from here to around here. Oops, from here to here. Okay, no, from here, Control, select through here. I'm pressing Shift, so Control through here, and let's Control through here, No, let's do only this for now. We'll see what will happen. This will not do, by the way. No. So again, let's get this control to here, then control those, and then go down through here. And this, Shift D, and we will get it away. Not too much away though. And then right click, separate selection. And now it's separated. Alt Q, we can select it and we can start working on it. Press A to select everything, then move it into position, and probably with our sculpting tools we can kind of position it correctly. So I'll go to sculpt mode with Control Tab down, and then with G I can kind of work on it gradually. Hopefully we'll have time for everything. It's probably will be a little bit over half an hour when I'm looking at it now. But if it's half an hour, I think it will be okay. Alright, now, what am I trying to do here is achieve the result at the... Let's delete the multi-res, we don't need it. And continue working on this. Of course, we have to make it closer to the eye a little bit, and these adjustments will eat our time a little bit. But hopefully it will be worth it, because this is very important. This black line around the eyes is pretty important. So I guess we have to do it. Okay, I cannot move it very easily here, which is very frustrating sometimes. But I guess this will do. Move it here. Okay. This ate up like 2 minutes of our precious time. But now it's looking good. I will make thickness, and it'll have to do so solidify modifier, increase the size of the solidify, and then with subdivision modifier, a little bit of subdivision, edge data, increase, it's fine. And then of course mirror modifier, and we are good to go. Now we have this, and I will move it a little bit more, and then we have to go to the hair, because without the hair, I will move this a little bit. So I'm selecting different object with Alt Q, as you can see, and we have to move to the hair already, because this is ridiculous. It takes too much time and we don't have it. Now, how to make the hair? Go to object mode, Shift A, curve, Bezier, tab, select it, G, and now I will move it to position. So A, like this, and G to move, to put it here, rotate it, G. This will be one strand of the hair. We will go to this mode, geometry, increase it like this, fill caps, looks big, so make it smaller. I think it's okay. Make it a little bit smaller, okay. And now I'll have to do this, Shift D, move, G, R, G, move with G. G is grab, of course, you know, or you don't know, maybe, who knows. So L to select only this, Shift D, move it, move it here. Sorry about the constant this, but you know, the COVID doesn't do anybody any good. Yeah, it already passed, but still have some implications. It's not exactly the best thing that happens to anybody. Although I have seen worse colds than this particular COVID. but it's subjective. I mean, in some people it's very, you know, and I should probably not say the word, maybe I can say just virus. I don't know, these days restrictions, you cannot say this, you cannot say that. I'm just a little bit confused. Now let's go to mirror. Okay, looking good. Now let's go to tab, then convert to mesh. Now it's a mesh. Now we can go to tab again, press A, Shift D, grab it, position it down, scale it on x-axis a little bit, and it's here, looking fine. Let's take this with L. I'm just hovering and pressing L. Those few, Shift D, move them up, rotate them. So we have a little bit more variety. Looking kind of nice. Not the best, not the worst. Maybe we can L few more. And Shift D and R and rotate G like this. Just for the sake of it, let's select a few of those here. L, 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 and L. Shift D. Shift D is duplicate, as you probably know, or you don't, I'm not sure. Okay. And this is it. So, now we have something interesting. Let's make the glasses. Go to object mode with Control Tab down, Control Tab left, then mesh, cylinder. This will be, press Tab, Shift S, no, just S, Z, scale it on Z, then 3, select this, X, faces, delete faces, A to select everything, and now rotate it on the red, and pull it up, and we have it. The basics, just the basic of this. Of course, we need one more cylinder, press Tab, go to cylinder, now we're in object mode, then press to go to edit mode, and now we'll make it small, and with G we move it up, then we smash it, then we go to the bottom, select it, S, increase the size of it, select this, E, and move it up, then select only this edge with double click on it while we are in edge mode. You have to be able to, I mean, this is the vertex mode here, edge select and face select. So those modes you have to be careful. Control B, increase, then Alt E, extrude face along normal. So with Alt E we get this menu, and then this 3 to select faces, I to inset, E to extrude down, and then I to inset here, and I to inset in the bottom, and we are kind of alright. Now we add a modifier, which will be mirror, of course, one mirror modifier, press A, and then scale, then we may scale it down a bit, yes, and we have to put it in position. And we will be kind of okay with this. Of course, we need a little bit more to do, but let's see now. This looks okay. Now we will go to subdivision surface, and it's kind of smooth. So what we'll do is go ahead with 2, select this edge, shift this edge, this edge, and this edge, and Shift E to sharpen those edges. And yeah, I'm moving the mouse, I'm sharpening them, and this is okay. Now this is fine. Now we go to sculpt mode with Shift, with Control Tab down. We select the leather part, and we select X for symmetry, and then we move it like this. And you see it's starting to look kind of okay. Of course, we can go select our hair with X for symmetry and push it below the belt in this area. Move it a little bit around just to be more interesting. All right. Although, even if the belt is, or belt, yeah, it's kind of a belt. Even if it's going over it, it's not exactly a big problem. Over here, I mean, because it's a very fast sculpt, so we cannot go into so much detail. We have only 10 minutes left. So solidify, increase the size of the solidify a little bit more. Then edge data, this, then go to subdivision surface, and something like this will do. Now, we have to now go and make UVs and stuff like this. So go to UV editing. All right. Now here in view, I want to be 85 again because I like it. Press N again. Now the eyes, they have UVs. So we'll go to the eyes, Alt Q, and we will start making texture. So we will go here in texture paint, add base color. Let's make it white without alpha. Okay. And now I will select here from this selector here, select this kind of color, strength of the brush is 1, and I will start making this. This will be the base of the eye. Then we will go to much lighter color and make the bottom of the eye like this. Then we'll get to much darker color and make the top of the eye like this. And I explained why is that in my eye tutorial. Then we do this. And then of course we'll make a material for this one. Let's go to material. And this material will be glossy. So I will go roughness down, specular up, and you will not be able to see the material in here, but you will be able to see it. Let's see if we, material, no, we'll not be able to see it here. We'll be able to see it in the render mode, but since the render is not available at the moment, because we don't have lights, you will not be seeing. Now, the most important thing here is to go and save all images, because if we don't save them, we will be screwed. They will disappear. I mean, the texture will disappear. Now, we'll go to our head, and the texture disappeared, but we can go to texture here and it will appear. So, we'll go to our head and we want to UV map it. So let's go to, we are on UV editing, by the way, still. I will press like this, and we'll go to UV editing again. Let's go layout and UV editing. Now, I changed between layout and UV editing. I will double click on this, and this will be our seam. So U, mark seam, then A to select everything, U, unwrap. It's ready. Now, it's unwrapped. So basically we can go to texture paint here in the top and create new texture with this plus base color. The base color will be a little bit like this, and okay. And we have our base color. We can now draw a little bit on it, not too much. Let's go to our color, which will be a little bit of red. Strength down, radius this. Okay, the nose, the mouth, and around the eyes maybe a little bit. The cheeks could be. And then we can go and smooth it. Smooth. Okay, now we have to wait a little bit. Okay, now we can press S and select. S is selecting a color. While we are over that color, we can select it, and then we can go and apply this particular color. Now we can, of course, add some materials, and it will be fine. But first, let me go to sculpt mode a little bit, and Alt Q, select the hair and move it with G. Okay, and then since the hair is selected, we can go to material and we can add new material and make it kind of like this. Of course, it will be better if you look, okay, this is okay. Now select the belt, make it brownish, it's fine. Select this and make it more metal. Let's make it metallic. Why don't we? Okay, let's select the eyelashes Make them black. All right, starting to look good. Let's go to the here and subsurface, and then the subsurface color to a little bit of like this, subsurface a little bit like this. And now we of course have to go to object mode. Let's go to layout, and here I will add a light, just a point light. Press G, move it like this in front of our girl, a little bit up, and then I will go to light properties and make it a area light, which will be not an ellipse. I want a disk, and I will increase it at 500 for now. It will be okay. I will increase the size of it and rotate it towards our object. Let's see in the render, it's looking good. We have some background. I will make it a little bit more bluish and increase the strength of our... No, I will increase just from here. Yes. Okay. This is more cartoony. Now I will Shift D to put the light backwards. I mean in the back a little bit. Try to rotate it over again towards our girl to have something like a rim light. I can make it even a sun, and of course decrease the strength of the sun like 10 maybe, or even less. Let's try 5. Okay, it's not supposed to be that strong. I want this light here to kinda go onto the eyes of our character, so to be visible on the eyes. And it's now visible on the eyes. I will put it a little bit back. And you see, we made UVs, we made textures, we made everything just in few minutes. Let's go to our render, Eevee, okay, cycles, maybe it's better than noise, turn it on, go to film, make it transparent, the background, and it's not looking exactly like our concept, but we can go to the material of the face and make it a little bit subsurface, not too much, and the subsurface should be more reddish. Why not? Why not? I think it's looking great. So now we need a camera, Shift A, camera, Control Alt 0 on the numpad, and the camera is set. Press N, we can go to view, camera to view, adjust, adjust. And then press just 0. Okay, this no, press 0, we're on the camera, we're looking, and if we press F12, we will get this. And of course, what is this? What is visible is this hidden thing that we will delete, and now everything will be okay. Yeah, those things on the head, they are not completely okay, so I will kinda rotate them, but let me go to this, A, and rotate, and position them a little bit more carefully. Okay, no. Yeah, let's go to this mode, because this is too laggy, because of the cycles render. The cycles render is not exactly the fastest render in Blender, obviously. The fastest is Eevee. It's a real-time render. The cycles is not that much. So yeah, you'll notice that the shades are fake, everything is kind of fake, but overall it looks decent. So I'm kind of happy with the result we have. Let's press F12, and I think this was exactly for 30 minutes, so hopefully you are happy. And let me show you the result of the course for now, because it's not ready yet. This is it. We need to make the pose and other stuff. In the cup, by the way, we have something, but only people that watch the course will know what's in the cup. I'm not saying. So yeah, at the end we have this result. which, fine. I mean, for half an hour, it's fine. So I want to show you that you can do very fast things. If you know what you're doing, of course, you can do very fast everything with even texturing a little bit and UV mapping, and you don't have to be afraid of those things. They are very simple. They are you can do them very fast. So that's the overall conclusion we can make from this tiny tutorial, let's say tutorial. So bye for now, and see you in the next one, which will be similar probably to this one with some other characters, just to kind of show you that you can break the fear. I mean, not to fear the program, not to fear to do certain things. Bye for now.